I'm having 100% guava jello right now. It is so good. It is delightful. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tropical Fruit Tasting. I have some green guavas, or also called white guavas here, and these are just so good. Thank you to my friend Nikki. Her parents were so awesome and generous that they came over with a big bag of this. There were like 3 times the amount of these, but I kept eating them and then suddenly just remember, oh, I gotta make a video because I really want to share this one with you guys. This is a very common guava that you've seen in Asia, like Taiwan, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Philippines. They really enjoy this variety, and mainly I think it's because it's not only like one of the most easier guavas, out there to grow. I mean, guavas in general are pretty easy to grow. They're quite reliable kind of fruit trees because they kind of really do come every year without much care. Hey guys, I'm at my friend's house. We are picking green guava, one of my favorite guavas, and my friend's dad is up on the roof. Được rồi. Got it.
Nó xúc lên tivi đi vậy. Ở quê luôn không?
All these are the fruits we gathered. So good. A lot of people in Asia enjoy crunchy fruits, especially guavas, because they just love the being able to dip it in chili and salt. So I like things crunchy too sometimes, but I really also enjoy flavor, and that's kind of the problem I've been seeing from... Now, I've had green guavas from all over the place, all over, like different growers, and they, I would have to say the majority of them are pretty tasteless. They're just this, like a hard piece of wedge, because you cut them in wedges, to dip into something. It's more like something for you to hold the chili and salt to eat. It's not really like enjoying the fruit so much. So that's the problem. They lack flavor. And the one that I really like is actually from my friend's dad's tree. This is the best guava, green guava ever, like I've ever had, because it can still be full of flavor even though it's green and crunchy. And this one, for some reason, even when the skin is still pretty green, that means it's not ripe, or fully ripe yet. They're still like, it's not astringent like some other guavas I've tasted. When they're pretty green, the skin is pretty green, they would have the more astringent flavor. And if you look closely at hers, it's actually like a bell shape, and it's got more lumps all around, whereas the other ones I'm used to seeing them with little hints of lumps, but very a little more smooth, and they're this size, and they're like round or shaped. This is like a pear shape. When these guavas ripen up, they would have a little more softer, more giving on the surface if you like pressed on it, and they start to have that yellow tint to it. Like this one here, even though it's a smaller one, but this one actually kind of gives when I press on it, but it's still crunchy. You can still enjoy the dense, this firmness of this fruit with more flavor though. But you see how this one has a more yellow hint to it than this green one? Since I don't know the variety of this, if you guys know, I would love to find out. Please let me know in the comments below if you know of this variety. The great thing about this is that the seeds in there are not as hard as the other kinds, which is kind of a little more unpleasant experience if I were to bite into like every single bite of those guavas, and they're like rock hard seeds that won't break apart even if you bit into it. It almost feels like you just broke a tooth or something, I know I'm kind of being a little more dramatic here, but it can be hard on your digestion if you eat too much of them. So that's what I really love about her, this fruit too, because this type, the seeds are a little more giving. When you bite into it, it probably would, actually sometimes it would even fall apart, so it's not like rock hard to me. So the experience overall is just much more enjoyable for me. Also, her dad does take pretty good care of, the soil, and sometimes he would even do like in-place composting, meaning he would literally bury food that has gone bad in the ground. It could just be any kind of food, but anyhow, it's still, he's still constantly feeding the soil and the worms. The great thing about guava is that it's a more hardy kind of tropical fruit to grow, and places with mild winters like here in zone 9 and 10, they can be in the ground. We don't need to protect it. This tree would, the leaves would fall off in the winter, but they'll grow back in the spring. Places with cold winters or freezes over, you would have to grow it in a container and bring it inside the house. I'm not sure how much success there is to that. If you guys are familiar, leave a comment to help all of us out to know about this. But yeah, I mean, you can grow this in a container just like a lot of tropical fruits out there. You can have a fairly large container and grow these trees. It's just that you're not going to get as much fruits as if you were to grow them in the ground. There are so many kinds of guavas out there. The little yellow round ones, that are white on the inside. There's even the pink one, which I have a video on that. I'll link below for you guys to go check out. Like the pink guava has very fruity tropical fruits, like very strong tropical, kind of aroma. Whereas this green guava is more mild. It doesn't have that sort of strong guava, like pungent smell. It's more mild tasting, but if you look for the ones with a more yellow skin, it means it's more ripe, and there is definitely more flavor in there than just a green one. If you're looking for guavas to grow, you can ask the grower, is there a lot of seeds in this fruit? Can I get ones with fewer seeds kind of variety, or are these seeds softer ones, or they tend to be like the really hard seeds kind? Like, ask the grower questions so you can, you can figure out, if this is the fruit that you want to grow. Also ask the grower which variety has more flavor, because even though they're all like green guavas or white guavas, there's still variations, within each kind or each type. So ask all those questions so that you can pick one that would hopefully best fit you. And if you're looking for just fruits to buy, just to eat, I personally would like to find ones with a little more yellow hint of, a hint of yellow in the skin. It gives a little bit so that when it's a little softer, it means it's more ripe. The flavors have developed more in there, but you still get that crunch and flavor. Unless you want it to be really soft and ripe that way, which I also enjoy. That is actually really good too. You can get one that's all yellow, and they would be soft and flavorful. So let's try one of these fruits for you guys. This guava smell, it's just so good. This has a hint of pineapple flavor in it. It's not as strong, like I said, compared to like the pink ones where you can make juice out of, like the Hawaiian juices, or like even from the brand Kern's that they have Hawaiian flavored juice, I guess. They would use the pink guavas. So this is not as pungent, but it is still packed full of flavor, and for some reason with this particular one, like this tree, and also because it's more ripe, Yeah, this type of guava reminds me a little bit of pineapple. What I like about guavas too is if you get an air layered or a grafted tree, even like about this tall, like maybe at 4 feet, you can still get fruits. Obviously you don't get as many fruits on it if you're growing in the container, but that still at least gives you an option if you want to grow them, But yeah, guavas, just, even with a small tree, it can start fruiting. So that's what's also great about guava. Be sure to grow guavas just like most fruit trees out there. You want to put them in a place where it has a lot of sun, because more sun means better and sweeter tasting fruits. Guava trees may have smaller branches or skinnier branches compared to other fruit trees, but they are flexible. So they're not like brittle. They're able to endure more fruits on the trees. They might hang over like they're about to fall off, but these branches, usually I would not see them break. They're just flexible branches. Like I said, it is guava season right now. our family and friends, anyone who grows guavas, has abundance of them because it is one of the easier tropical or subtropical fruits to grow. So they just, gifted me with a bunch of guava. I went out to my family friend's house to pick them, and I just thought, I'm just going to be juicing some of them. That's kind of like the way to take in a lot of fruits at once, right? But because if you want guava to have that rich, ripe guava flavor, you need to wait for it to get soft. And for it to get soft, my cold press juicer is a slow juicer, so it actually doesn't juice soft things very well. So in that case, I thought I'm just going to put it in a blender, strain it, and drink it that way, right? Like a manual straining to make juice. But what I found out was that because guava gets kind of gooey when it's very ripe. So in that case, it was really hard to squeeze it through that bag. I put it in a linen bag, so it would come out, like the juice come out really smooth, because it's just a very closely knit kind of material. So by that time I just thought, I'm just going to drink this whole smoothie instead of straining it, because it was just way too much work. So I finished probably like 20 something guavas in that smoothie that night, and I just didn't feel like having any more guava, so I put a little bit of that juice that I strained out away, and in a couple of days I was going to drink it, and then guess what I noticed? So I kept it in this Tupperware. Oh my gosh. So I noticed that it actually turned into Jello, like it just bind into each other. And then I decided to put it away to wait for the next day, because I really want to film and show you guys this. But by today, the water and the juice, or the soluble fiber of the guava, is actually starting to separate, so you're getting more of that runny consistency. You guys see? Wow, would you look at that? Woo! This thing is seriously like Jello. Oh my god. Wow. This is hilarious. I love these accidents, things that when you have no intention of doing comes out even better than expected. And that guava juice, the water content of the guava separates, so I'm getting a little bit of guava juice with the guava. That's beautiful. So it did take like about 2 to 3 days for it to really set like this, and then by the 4th day it's starting to separate from the full water of the fruit. So this is how it looks. All right guys, try it again. Woo! Fell out. Oh my goodness. I know exactly what I need to do with so much of that guava now. I think even with that arm strength of straining this manually, I think it's worth it. Wow. This is crazy. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please like, share, and comment, and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be lots more awesome episodes coming out very soon. And follow me on social media like Instagram and Facebook, where I do more instant updates of my life that you don't get to see on this channel. And if you would like to, look for more plants to add to your collection, I would love for you to support me and my work at wendyland.com, where I do have those offered to you guys. I'll leave the links to the things I just mentioned just below this video for you. Thank you so much. Let me know which is your favorite guava, and maybe if you have a lot of guavas, next time you'll know what to do with it. I'll see you. Bye. Wow. Wow.